Hey everybody, welcome back to the show. Well, I think Victor Lucas hates us, really.
I think what we've done in the parlance of the next guest, we've upgraded our operating system for this next interview. Scott Jones joining us as always, and Briana McIvor joining us. Of course, Scott from Review on the Run and Briana from EP. Hi, you guys. How are you?
Hello. So where's Victor?
Victor is in Gotham City fighting crime. I'm not supposed to reveal that. But he is Batman, so he's probably down in the Batcave right now.
I always had my suspicions that maybe that was what he did on the side. He has that shiftiness to him.
He's busy, but we're here, and so you can accept
us. Now, Briana, I have to ask you, because you work with all boys.
I do, yeah.
How do you handle it?
I basically just have become one of them.
Yay!
You know? I put up with it all.
I love when pretty girls take on the attitude of disgusting men.
That's what happened.
It's the perfect thing, and you're a gamer, so I mean, what more could you like? You guys were you both at E3?
I actually wasn't. We have two different perspectives here. He was at E3, and I was here in the office, kind of bringing in all the tapes and
I was
watching
on the ground.
all the footage.
I was in the eye of the storm.
Were you embedded?
You were the embedded reporter.
I was behind enemy lines.
For those who are not nerdy enough, what is E3?
Well, it's the Electric Entertainment Expo. It's held each year in Los Angeles. Electronic, thank you, Brie. And basically, this is the moment in which the video game industry sort of stands tall and thumps its chest and says, we are here, we demand to be taken seriously. And it's an important expo because as video games become more and more ephemeral, as we get more and more accustomed to downloading stuff, and game stores go away, we have fewer and fewer sites to gather in as gamers, E3 and Comic-Con and Fan Expo and all of these other expos become so important for us. We need to get together as gamers. We need to touch. We need to hug.
You need to actually see each other.
We do. I mean, we like seeing each other.
How important is this for new releases and technology and stuff now, Brie? I mean, how important is this moment for
the event is basically media only, so it's important for us to go there and get all of the information so that we can bring it back to the people because they don't always know exactly what's coming out. So to have an event where they get to learn about all the new releases at one time.
Unveil.
Do they throw a lot of money into these things? I mean, is it big presentations and flash and fireworks and pretty girls?
You really wouldn't believe the amount of money that's spent on these booths. I mean, I would like to. There was a huge dragon above the Bethesda booth that I'm like, what do you do with this dragon after the show? Is there a recycling bin that you can put him out by the road?
Turn it into a food truck?
Yeah.
Now let's talk about some of the units, the consoles. What's new?
Yeah.
What's going on?
Wii U?
Yeah, the biggest announcement that came out of this was Nintendo's Wii U, which is their follow-up to the Wii. It's a new console, and it has a tablet-like controller.
And Victor likes to lick it.
Victor does. He was so in love with the thing. I mean, I haven't been lucky enough to get my hands on it, but Scott did.
I did touch it.
What did you think, Scott? Did you touch it? Did you lick it?
Wait, Brie, did you feel awkward watching the footage that these guys sent back?
I've seen it many times.
You're like them licking consoles and, okay. Anyway, what's it like?
Well, I mean, it's, Nintendo didn't do a great job of explaining exactly what it is. We don't have a price point yet. We don't know when it's coming out, but it's coming out sometime in the not so distant future. Yeah, and it's kind of like baby's first iPad or something. There's a user friendliness. I mean, do
you like Wii to begin with?
I do. I like the Wii. We were on the show last year around the holidays. We thought the Wii had a terrific fourth quarter last year. We thought the games for it going into the holidays were really some of the best of the year. And I'm really excited for this thing. I mean, this was one, there's usually, we fetishize stuff as gamers in this industry, and this was the one thing that I wanted to take home with me this year. And they did it last year too with the Nintendo 3DS, and they did it again this year with the Wii U. I mean, everybody makes fun of the name. It's totally silly, but I can't wait to get it home.
So to explain what it is, basically now instead of having...
Thank you for being the business. Thank you.
Baby's first iPad didn't work it for you?
No. So instead of having the Wii motion controllers like most people are used to now, it's a tablet, so it has a touch screen on it, and it has like dual sticks on both sides.
Is there a danger of hucking it across the room?
No, I think you're going to love it so much that you're going to want to lick it and hold it and take it to bed with you.
But the cool thing is it interacts with what is playing on your television. So say, for example, you guys are watching TV and you want to turn off, someone else wants to watch television, but you still want to play your game.
Yeah.
The screen on the controller will display the game, so you can continue to play while using your TV.
And it's a gorgeous screen. It feels great in your hands. It's really it's the big story of E3 2011 for sure.
Very nice.
We got to get through the other stuff kind of quick. Sony's Vita.
We do. We don't.
Well, go ahead.
Sony Vita.
So basically, this is the follow-up to the PSP. It's from Sony and PlayStation. Again, I haven't had the chance to put my hands on it, but
yeah,
Scott
I
has.
have, and you know, this is, the PlayStation Portable was not a huge success.
Yeah.
And now here's their follow-up. This is high-resolution graphics. They have a touchscreen on the front. The thing you can't really see is you have a touch pad on the back too, so you can actually control games by holding it in your hand and sort of doing this sort of pervy motion on the back of it.
He's demoing it now.
Yeah, and I mean, it feels great in your hands. It's super sophisticated, but I feel like there's something a little bit, it's almost too hardcore, too sophisticated. It doesn't have the same user-friendly feel that Wii U has.
You did not want to
I didn't want this. Vic was really high on the Vita. Vic really loved it. I didn't like it as much.
The best thing about the Vita, though, is that it is portable. So there will be games for your PlayStation 3 that you can play on your Vita and take them outside of your home, whereas with the Wii U controller,
you're not taking
it out.
Yeah. Okay, on to the next one. We're talking actually a little bit, to go back to it, about Kinect,
right?
Which has been a struggle. I keep feeling like this is just a reach. No, but I have a buddy that's got one, and it's.
What do you think of it, Scott?
It's hard to explain what I don't like about it.
Something really weird happened. You know, it's technology that feels like it's a rough sketch of something. It's a tech demo for
it's
something.
close, but
it's not quite there yet. And you know what? There's still a crispness and a certainty to just pressing a button on a controller that you're not getting by standing in front of your TV. And also, you know, being an older, more mature gamer, an adult gamer, I feel a little silly standing in front of my TV doing this or doing this and waving this.
You'd have to have a big room for you.
So
you need a really big room, yeah. My apartment here in Vancouver will not accommodate me playing the Kinect.
They're trying to change that. What they announced at E3 was that they're trying to tailor it to more hardcore gamers. So, for example, they should have Forza 4, which is a racing game, and the best way to use it using Kinect is actually by giving voice commands. So you don't have to act crazy, drive your car, like just using it to go through the menus of the game and change different options using only your voice. So that's they're trying to integrate it more that way.
They're trying so hard with this. They're trying a little too hard, I think. There's so much, you know, they're pushing Kinect into so many games where it doesn't belong.
Yeah,
it's like getting your chocolate into everybody's peanut butter. We don't want it necessarily.
I like chocolate peanut butter.
Yeah, man. But it is interesting how these guys, I mean, we've seen it in 3D and movie, and I know I was reading your blog, and sort of, you know, that becomes the flavor of the day, and they really have to kind of push this stuff sometimes, and it's almost to the detriment of the game.
Absolutely. I mean, it all comes down to fun. Like, what's fun and what's immersive and what's exciting, and Kinect for me and for Vic and for Bree, it's not there yet. And it sounds like it's not there for you. And I think a lot of people bought it and they laid out the cash for it, and they're kind of feeling like there's not a lot to do with it yet. Yeah.
Well, we didn't even get to the games. We're just going to have you guys back to talk about them. Thanks so much, you guys.
Sure, it's been great.
Thanks for coming.
Love it.
Thank you for killing Vic? Is that what happened to him?
No.
No.
City.
He's in Gotham City. Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay.
Batman.
Sorry, that was
He'll probably be
mixing
back next
fantasy
time.
and reality and those two things together.
We're going to take a break.